Pied-billed grebe, Pandylambus podiceps, 11.8 to 15.0 inches, 30 to 38 centimeters. Part bird, part submarine, the pied-billed grebe is common across much of North America. These small brown birds have unusually thick bills that turn silver and black in summer. These expert divers inhabit sluggish rivers, freshwater marshes, lakes, and estuaries. They use their chunky bills to kill and eat large crustaceans, along with a great variety of fish, amphibians, insects, and other invertebrates. It is rarely seen in flight and often hidden amid vegetation. Pied-billed grebes announce their presence with loud, far-reaching calls. Pied-billed grebes are small, chunky swimming birds. They have compact bodies and slender necks with relatively large, blocky heads and short, thick bills. They have virtually no tail. It is smaller than an American coot and about the size of a green-winged teal. These are brown birds, slightly darker above and more tawny brown on the underparts. During spring and summer, the crown and nape are dark and the throat is black. While breeding, the bill is whitish with a black band, but otherwise is yellow-brown. Juveniles have striped faces. Pied-billed grebes can adjust their buoyancy and often use this ability to float with just the upper half of the head above the water. They catch small fish and invertebrates by diving or simply slowly submerging. They build floating nests of cattails, grasses, and other vegetation. Look for pied-billed grebes on small, quiet ponds and marshes where thick vegetation grows out of the water. In winter, they occur on larger water bodies, occasionally in large groups. Pied-billed grebes eat mostly crustaceans and small fish, which they capture and crush with their stout bills and strong jaws. Overall, these opportunistic feeders consume a great variety of prey items, large and small depending on what's available. Collecting most of their food underwater during foraging dives, they eat crabs, shrimp, snails, mussels, beetles, dragonfly nymphs, and aquatic insects and their larvae. In some parts of their range, pied-billed grebes go after leeches, frogs, and tadpoles. Among this grebe's most common fish prey are carp, minnows, catfish, sculpins, killifish, sticklebacks, gizzard shad, and sunfishes. Pied-billed grebes in the fishless wetlands of Manitoba kill and eat tiger salamanders. Pied-billed grebes typically situate their nests among tall emergent vegetation. Sometimes they nest among lower growing plants. Both male and female may take part in selecting the site, favoring locations with water deeper than about 9 inches, which allows for escape, feeding, and nest platform construction. Resident to short-distant migrant, individuals in northern North America and the Great Plains where bodies of water freeze migrate south as far as northern Central America. Populations in the southern U.S. and Mexico do not migrate. Migrants tend to move at night, landing on the nearest body of water at dawn. Pied-billed grebes have an extremely variable vocal repertoire. Among the most commonly heard sounds are long, loud, rhythmic series of bleating whoops, coos, and gulping cuck-cuck-cuck notes. Also, a rippling, chuckling chatter. Pied-billed grebes are widespread and fairly common in most of the U.S. and southern Canada, and you should not have too much trouble finding them, particularly in summer on larger ponds and smaller lakes with ample emergent vegetation such as cattails and bulrushes. Particularly, watch the edges of emergent vegetation and look for roughly circular masses of floating dead vegetation that might be pied-billed grebe nests. In winter, look for the species on larger water bodies where it often aggregates into small flocks. And now you know that the pied-billed grebe is perhaps the most common grebe found across the U.S.